Hi everyone, it's DJ Serena here. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite most recent albums, Who Did the Body by Monaleo. This album came out, I think, a couple weeks ago, and I've been listening to it non-stop. So today I wanted to do a little deep dive of all my thoughts of the album and share some of my favorite songs and all that. But my overall reaction to the album has honestly been just me really liking it a lot. I feel like Mona Leo gets really raw and personal all throughout the album. She's not afraid to take risks or venture from her like notable rap style, but she also just brings in something new and something special. And something that I really love is that I feel like she features her vocals a lot more on this album, specifically in tracks like Locked In, Dignified, and Diary of an OG. So, yeah, lots to get into. But to begin, I wanted to dive into a couple of her songs that I feel like really have a deeper message about her hopes, her dreams, her fears for the future, and like her career and her personal life in general. And that's one of the things that I feel like makes this album and these songs so good, is the fact that I feel like her words can really be applied to, her professional life and her career and the Mona Leo that we know, and also her personal life and, the girl that we all don't know, and that's, private to her. But I wanted to start off with the song Life After Death. It's the first song on the album. And all throughout the song, she's basically just questioning what will happen exactly then, after death. I personally love all of the wordplay in this song. And to me, the song was honestly hilarious with all the different, like, references and just all of her wordplay. I loved it. But she does get a little bit just deep, and she talks about her own mortality, and she gets like personal and raw in a way that I wasn't really expecting. Like we knew that this album was going to be a little dark, but I wasn't expecting her to get, I don't know, that real. Um, the next song that I want to talk about is the song Tamron Hall. This is a nod to the beloved daytime television talk show host of the same name. And honestly, I would say this is one of the catchiest songs on the album. It has been stuck in my head just nonstop. But again, I love how on this song she really, really talks about, being like scared and nervous for her career, and not wanting it to let it go by too fast, and wanting to be able to express herself. And as she says in the song, you don't want to burn out too fast. You want to be able to grow and to be able to show everyone everything that you can do, and not just be, a one hit wonder. And in the song, she kind of talks about, trying to motivate her brother to follow in her footsteps, but also to become his own person and to, develop his own creativity. And not to fall to the pressures of the industry, but to still be yourself and be creative and try to put out your own music and your own career. And I really feel like she does that in this album, just by, the realness that she shares and just by the risks that she takes, in her music. So, moving on, I really feel like all throughout this album, from the songs where she's grieving her homegirls to trying to support her man, her community, she really, really just tells authentic stories. I feel like that's the, basis of my whole review is I love how real and authentic she's being. In the song "Open the Gates," it's been one of my favorites from the albums. I have to talk about all of the Bible wordplay in the beginning of the song. As someone who was very anti-Bible rhetoric, I I surprisingly lived for this part. I don't know. I loved it. I love what she did with it. It was so creative. I definitely feel like sometimes in rap these days, the lines get repetitive. The just the jokes, they get kind of tired, but this, it was really creative, and I really feel like she came out with this in her own, and I don't know, I really like that. So many of her songs on this album do have to do with mortality and her facing her own mortality, but I feel like every single time that she does it, it's in such a beautiful, beautiful way. Specifically with the song Dignified, this is one of the songs on the album that has really stuck with me, and I feel like it's a really, really deep message. But in the song, she tells the story of her and a group of friends going out to the club to have, just to have a good night. And then on the way home, they get into a car accident because she was driving drunk, and everybody dies in the car. And the first time that I heard the song, I thought that it was a true story. That's like how, just how much of a good emotional storyteller she is. Throughout the song, I really thought it was real, and I probably spent a good few minutes panicking, researching online. It's not real, but it really feels like it, and I'm sure it is a real story for a lot of other people out there who have experienced that. And I just feel like personally, as a young woman, I'm sure there's a lot of other young people out there listening to this. Like, we can all resonate to that. So, yeah, I don't know. That song, I felt like it had a really intentional message, and a message that has a purpose and is honestly probably needed in today's world. So yeah, shout out to Monaleo. And on that same note, I felt like this next song also did that same exact thing. It was the song Spare Change. At first glance, the song, it kind of seems a little bit random on the album. I feel like it doesn't necessarily match the vibe of a lot of the other songs, but I just love, love, love how she promotes throughout the song the importance of supporting your community, and not judging people, and, supporting those who, like, maybe have less than you. And I genuinely feel like this song is needed in the rap community, especially just because rap is not always supportive of struggle. I know all about the hustle, but not about the struggle and about the people who are really going through it. Like, how many songs out there that, are shitting on the bums, And I just felt like it was just different and nice and, enjoyable to hear Monaleo just painting a different picture and just sending a different message about supporting people in your community, helping each other out, not judging people. And at the end of the day, I feel like it really is another reminder of her character and her brand, and about how she just, I mean, even though sometimes she can be a little, a little intense, a little, murder, kill. I really just enjoy how she is also trying to bring in positive messages, and things that I feel like people honestly do need to hear right now. So, yeah, shout out to Mona Leon. On that same similar note, I want to talk about the song Sexy Salon. This song was one of the singles that up to the album, and I feel like it got really, really popular, probably one of the most popular songs in the album, for a reason, because it's amazing, it's so, so good. I feel like this song, it's really just an expression of Black unity in general. Came at a time when, like, I've been saying this, really, 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 really needed. Just, like, I don't know, rap specifically, like, online culture has been very, 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 very divided recently, and I feel like we needed something to just kind of bring more Black unity into our environment online, and to remind everybody of the, and I don't even want to say the importance, but just, like, the joys of being pro-Black, and how great it feels to love yourself. And I love how throughout the song she points out all of her Black features, and she, is loving on them, and just loving on herself and her skin and herself for being Black. And yeah, we needed that. And we needed a hit. We needed a bop on this album. We needed a really, really fun, upbeat song, and that's what she did. So, shout out to her again. That's what I'm saying. This whole album, it's all full of songs that are they're just so good because they're real and they're authentic, or they're needed in our time right now, or they're just fucking bops. But I want to talk about another bop, Bigger Than Big, but before then, I want to talk about one of the slower songs on the album, Diary of an OG. Probably the slowest song on the album, actually. This song, it hit hard for me, honestly. Just like, yeah, it did. Especially about after, in the song Tamron Hall, which talks about by trying to support her brother, and the song Locked In, which talks about trying to support her man, trying to support those around her. This song, like, it really, really just felt like it came from her core. It felt like it was something she's needed and been wanting to share, and I can totally understand it. As someone who resonated a lot with everything that she said, I wanted to share one of my favorite quotes from this song, which was, I believe it's towards the end of the song, but she says, "I wasn't brought in this world to be a step stool." And that just, I don't know, when I heard that, I was like, yes, it more than resonated with me. It just became, honestly, one of my new mottos, and I think that there's a lot of other Black girls out there who need to take that as their new motto too, because a lot of us oldest Black daughters, like, we have such an experience of being forced to carry the burden of other people, and as much as, you know, we were needed, and we were, you know, they probably couldn't have done all that without us, and we deserve our applause for that. We also deserve our rest, and we deserve our time for ourselves, and we deserve, you know, to be able to have our own goals and our own success and our own lives. And I think that it's really powerful that Monaleo chooses to share that with us on this album. And it just makes me want to support her even more, knowing, you know, just, yeah, just knowing that, and knowing that she is just another one of us trying to survive in this world, and trying not to let herself be constantly giving to other people, but to give to herself. And that's what we all need to do. Yeah. So, now that we got that done, talked about that song just because one of my faves. Now we can talk about another one of my favorites. One of the songs I loved on the album, which is the song "Bigger Than Big." This song also kind of came out before the album, but it wasn't fully released as a single. It was a freestyle she did online, and I knew it would be a hit. I knew it would be a hit from that moment. And then so got you put it on the album. This song is just amazing. Again, it's so catchy. It's so fun. It's such a bop. And I feel like that with this song specifically, she really just proves she's the flow queen. She is absolutely the flow queen. And yeah, the song specifically she ate with. And yeah, I love how, like, just fun it is. I feel like this album, you know, like I said, a lot of the other songs, they were deep, and they, you know, she was talking about mortality and death and a lot of other, you know, scary things about life and relationships and about her career. But with this song, she was back to just feeling herself and eating it up like she always does. So yeah, if anything, this song is further just proof that Monaleo is that girl, and she totally ate with this album. We probably gave it a review on our site, on our the Beat Drop Beat Drop calendar, new music calendar. So go check the album out on there and see our rating there. But my, you know, 2 weeks after the album is out, my seasoned review, we should say, I have to give this album 9.5 out of 10. Just definitely has become one of my faves, almost a no skip album. I cannot not wait to see what Monaleo does with the rest of her career. And I'm just glad that she decided to share with us all of this music, and that she put all this out, because hit after hit after hit. So love you, Monaleo. Love Who Did the Body. If you haven't streamed, go stream the album. Hopefully this gave you all the motivation that you need to get into it. And check out our weekly playlist on the site, because I have no doubt we'll be showcasing all of these songs in our weekly playlist. But yeah, this has been my Who Did the Body album review. I'm DJ Serena, and this is Blazin Beat Radio. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. And like I said, check out our weekly playlists to listen along. Bye!